So welcome to the Average Show podcast. Of course, I'm your host here, Joe, and today we have a very special guest, Cap.
What's going on?
Thank you. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
Thank you for accepting. You know, people be like, these questions could get a little intense, so, you know.
I'm used to talking about controversial topics on camera, so, you know, I done said some crazy shit in the past, but...
Done some crazy things?
That as well, you know, but I live with it. I stand on it. As an adult, as a man, you know, you gotta either be, you know, fearful or regretful, but I don't like to have any type of regret, so, you know, I stand on whatever.
So are you saying you're a bad guy?
No, I don't consider myself a bad guy. I do bad things. Like, we all humans, we all flawed.
Make mistakes.
I consider myself a flawed person.
Okay, flawed. So not a bad guy.
Not a bad
So
guy.
what makes a bad guy?
It depends on, you know, your definition of bad, you know what I'm saying? Because, like,
What makes you do bad things or things that you know, or things that you know will hurt someone else, or someone else might not like, or not appreciate?
Immaturity.
Okay.
Immaturity. I'll say, yeah, just not caring. Some people just don't give a fuck about karma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So me,
and karma does come around.
Exactly.
Guys.
So
yes.
I'm big on karma. So right now I tend to try not to fuck up my karma because I feel like I'm finally out of my old karma debt.
Okay. You paid your debt.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay, so
like
you're living on the good path.
I feel like I finally paid off my college loans and shit with this whole karma shit, and you know, I'm trying to keep my shit clean now. So
okay. And do you think is that like a certain age that a man like?
I think
finally. What age?
I think experiences.
Experiences.
Yeah, it takes.
How many experiences do you need? Like it's not once or twice.
It takes that right experience to wake your ass up.
Okay.
Because, you know, like, some people will make a mistake, but if your consequence wasn't too crucial,
you don't really learn.
It's easy to go out and make that same mistake. It happens with children, but it happens with grown-ass men, too. You know what I'm saying? You catch a man cheating, and you be like, yo, you got to sleep on the couch. Guess what? You might catch him cheating again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because,
you didn't. The punishment wasn't harsh enough. You still gave him a lot of leeway and things like that.
But you catch him in cheating, and
you gotta get out the door.
You kick him out. He
doesn't have that same access to you. He can't just pop up on you. You know, you set boundaries.
And he see that, damn, you could really, and you show him that you could really live a life without him and move on. You know, that's gonna cause him not to eat for a while.
Yeah. Gonna start going through some things.
Exactly. Once he gets you back though,
he's gonna be on the act right.
You get a different person.
So men do get vulnerable.
Yes.
Okay. Are men vulnerable? Like, are you ever vulnerable with your like homeboy? Like, you know, hey man, I'm like really feeling this girl. Like, are you ever express it to your homeboys, or is it only with the woman that you feel the need your vulnerability?
That's a great question. It depends who your homeboy is. I have homeboys who I just can't talk to
like that. Okay.
Yeah, because they're just not serious enough to hold an intellectual conversation about, you know, real feelings. Because some people just be too hard of a nigga.
Yeah,
to really understand, like, what?
Yeah.
A bitch, nigga? you over here
crying over
bitch? You know what I'm saying?
Some pussy?
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Like.
See, you get it.
I
get it. But then you have your niggas who understand they mature enough to have a conversation. But I feel like it's easier to be vulnerable with a woman than it is to be vulnerable with your boys, because you gotta hold some type of reputation. You gotta hold some type of a straight face. You know what I'm saying? Because
you don't think that's a little like too hard, or sometimes
it is.
And sometimes like you do need to express yourself, because sometimes you know you don't want to express yourself to your woman, and also too we have friends where they know us differently than, you know, the woman or per se. So like you don't think that being vulnerable or being able to be expressive to your friends.
We don't trust being vulnerable around people, because I saw a meme, right? And it was so real. You probably saw it where it was this kid, he fell, scraped his knee, he's crying, his mom's yelling at him, "Stop crying, boys don't cry." And then he's grown up and some girl is yelling at him and she's like, "Yo, why don't you express anything to me? Like, why don't you?" And you wonder why, because he's taught to keep all his emotions inside.
Bottled in, yeah.
He's not taught, because if he does anything that resembles the way a woman acts or reacts,
they consider that feminine. Like if you side with your homeboy and cry, you're like, oh,
exactly. That's you automatically go to feminine. Oh, you a bitch, or you this. You
so
that.
if you're not able to be vulnerable with your homeboy, and sometimes you might have some hesitancy toward being vulnerable with your girl, do you think you can Do you have like a mentor that you would go to, or would you consider counseling or therapy?
I think my generation of men, we all need therapy. I think my generation, period, men and women, we so divided as a people. Like men versus women, we so at war with each other. It's just scary. So I think my generation needs therapy, because what's happening is, I'm older than you, of course. I was born in 86, so my generation was the generation right before social media, but we're still young enough to be indulged in social media. So we got to see the old school. We got to see where, if you liked the girl,
you really had to do the work.
You had to walk up. You had to actually say something to her.
You have to have to write down her phone number. You have to call the phone and hope she answered. And when you went on a date with her, you had to walk to her house and
But before all of that, you had to have the balls to walk up and say something to her, because you could 9 times you could get rejected. And it's hard to get rejected in person than it is to get your shit left on scene. These kids nowadays, that's their rejection. Oh, damn, she left my shit on scene. Oh, well, move on to the next one.
No. I can tell you that men don't approach women enough anymore.
So it's different. So I don't want to sidetrack. So what I say all that to say this. I think what's happening is we still live by an old way of traditions, old rules, old morals, and all that other stuff. But we live in a different world. So we need to teach our kids different shit. We need to teach them how to, we can't have the whole, hey, you a boy, stop crying and shit like that.
Like, gender roles and things like that.
Yeah, show them how to deal with these emotions. Show them, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, there wasn't enough men. I don't want to get into all of that, but long story short, I just feel like in order to get men to be more vulnerable and stuff like that, it starts with the children. We already fucked up, so we need therapy. We need to get out of our way of thinking of, I can't say this, I can't say that, I gotta be hard all the time, I gotta be a quote-unquote man. Because in 2021, what a quote-unquote man is in 2021 is way different than what a quote-unquote man is in the 1950s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the 1950s, you had to be the head of the household, because women couldn't really get jobs like that, you know what I'm saying?
Everything was different.
Exactly. So you had so much responsibility as a man, but now in this new age, it's 2021, women, especially black women, are turning the fuck up.
Dude, but in the contrast, one could say that women are losing their femininity and becoming
that's what I'm saying.
More masculine.
But that's what I'm saying, though.
That's a catch-22, because one could say we are getting a little bit too masculine. We're getting a little bit too much in control. We're essentially taking over your roles. We, the man and the woman in the relationship.
That's the thing. So, here's the deal. When you say we're the man and the woman, I don't want to place genders on roles, because that's the old way of thinking.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? A man back then had to pay the bills, had to do everything for the house. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He had to, because he was the only person who was able to. Now that women are turning up, we got to look at roles differently. You know what I'm saying? So, you're not always going to meet a man who's going to be 100% alpha male, 100%, he's making $700,000. He's fucking just the perfect person. No, you're gonna find someone who's perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, it don't got shit to do with material shit. It got to do with y'all connection. You know what I'm saying? Does he make up for your flaws? Everything you slack, does he make up for that? And everything he slacks, does you make up for that? That's what makes the team. Okay. So we got to stop looking at, men.
This high value thing.
So even with the high value men, why do you think that's a big topic right now?
Because who doesn't necessarily want that? I think that's just the standard. And then people can fall in, some kind of spectrum of it. I think that we are placing too much of a little bit of an emphasis on it, because it's not realistic for everybody. And I feel like, people too should be realistic about their situations and realize that, okay, what high value man is actually going to want you, or are you even, we want, we all, who doesn't want $100 million, $100,000 or $200,000 guy, et cetera, but what makes you per se deserving of that? And are you even in the position that, does he want you? Or?
That's what I'm saying. But, and also, what makes a quote unquote high value man good for you?
Yeah.
Even if you get that man of your dreams, what makes you think he's going to be good for you? What makes you think he's going to be
that's going to answer all your... Yeah, that's going to answer all your...
He might just be like Tyrone that you finished fucking with. It's just that he's in a different tax bracket. So I think the whole high value man topic is big because women are turning up so much that they like, damn, we didn't raise up to this level.
Yeah,
why is it there's so much, there's no options up here? You know what I'm saying? At my level. That's why I'm like, we gotta stop looking at the tax bracket and let's get back to love. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's look at love. It was this girl I still work with her. We on different teams. I ain't gonna say her name. But I remember she was talking about this dude at Starbucks. She thought he was cute and whatever. But I'm like, so you didn't
like what's up?
I wouldn't mess with somebody that work at Starbucks.
But a man would do this. But why would a guy do the opposite? A guy would go to Burger King, see a beautiful girl, and turn her on. Camron, the Juju? Yeah. Juju was working at the airport when Camron met her.
Exactly.
And
because when he's looking for a woman, he's not looking for a tax bracket. He's looking for, damn, do she look like the woman I want? Do she act like the woman I want? Do she, you know, everything else I'm gonna get to know. The money she have in her pocket, that's last. We'll work on that later. Right now, I want my heart to be taken. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think right now, with women being so turned up, it's like y'all are afraid to fuck with somebody that's not in your bracket only because of what society deems as what a man's supposed to be. That's 1950s.
But
we
also,
ain't in the 1950s.
We can also say that, like, but why aren't you? The opportunities and everything now are there. So it's like, you know, why essentially would I set myself up to be struggling? Or set myself up to be somebody's mom and taken care of and cultivating? Like, why do I have to build you to be a man? Like, you know.
Well, it's not, like, you don't want a baby. No one wants a baby. When I say, you know, not look at the tax bracket, I say, you know, look for a man who you're naturally compatible with. Yes. And everything's going to fall into place. Oprah, for example, she's a fucking billionaire. How many black billionaires is she going to really run into?
And
she's
who would even
going
want
to
her?
have to have a Stedman. But it's nothing wrong with Stedman at all. Because Stedman gives her everything she wants. Obviously, he's been around since the fucking 80s. So he's obviously giving her something that no other man could get. And nobody disses her and nobody disses him because they're in love. They have to be in love.
Yeah, they have to be in
so
love.
That's why I say we got to look for love first because it all starts with this. Like, you might meet a man who his passion was to help children out. And he's like, yo, I'm an African-American male. There's not too many African-American males in the school system as teachers, and that's what my passion is. But you turned up, you making $150 a year, and he's making $75 a year, and you're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's like, are you not going to want to fuck with a nigga like that because of his tax bracket? But he's giving you everything emotionally, and you know that
you want. Look at what Jeff Bezos' wife went and did. She went and married her like a nice little school teacher.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So she went and her nice school teachers, and now you can say that she feels love per se. It's not about money. I have money, but she had money, didn't have happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
Now she went and took her money and found happiness.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. If Oprah was living by society standards, and Oprah's a pioneer because she was fucking with the off-brand lower nigga before it was cool, you know what I'm saying? So,
but who was she honestly? Who was she?
She was still giving out cars and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Who was she? But even give an example of Beyonce and Jay-Z. Who on earth was Beyonce gonna go be with if she wasn't with Jay-Z?
But I think because they was together for a while.
For a while.
But I think it was her heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she got with Jay for the money.
No, it wasn't. No, she got with Jay because they knew that they could build legacy together. Theirs wasn't. I'm gonna do a podcast on that. Yeah. But no, Jay.
I can see that.
Yeah, Jay and Beyonce.
I can see it being a business decision.
It was a business decision. Marriage is business. It's business. It's both.
Agreed.
It's both.
Marriage is when you make love business. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people who's been together for years on years, haven't been through the court system, but they married. They just haven't been through the court system. But you can't tell them that they just haven't made their love a business yet. So where they gonna get taxes on it, where they gonna, reap some of the benefits.
Same reason Oprah hasn't married Stedman for good reasons.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because if Oprah marries Stedman, it makes it a business now. Now she can't break up with him without him, you know what I'm saying, getting something out of the deal. Exactly. Well, she could do that, but still, it's still messy. It's like you still have to go to court.
Yeah.
Who wants to go to court just to break up with somebody?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
you could just kind of chuck the juices and they can be gone.
Yeah. So it's like marriage is a business. So I agree with you on that. I just want us as a people to get back to love because I feel like we so divided. Yeah. Yeah, we so divided and stuff, and we thinking on these old school mentalities. Like now, women, like y'all was held back for so long. Like, and I felt like the government was stupid. Like y'all not gonna allow women to vote, get these good jobs.
And now look how much beneficial it's been since women have been progressing. But do you think we are progressing and everything? But do you think that kind of like puts women at a chance to be lonely or be, because men aren't going, a man with money isn't necessarily pressed to get a woman with money. So do you think that also is leading us to have so many single, successful women?
No, I think...
or do you think it's the women kind of holding themselves back because they, have this, elitist attitude or this, this mentality that I'm making this, so I need this,
When you done wore some Louis Vuittons, it's hard to walk back and pay less. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the fact of the situation. But you never know. You might see some shit in Payless that if you wear to a party, nobody's
ever gonna know. Okay,
it's just gonna blend in. Like you just found a diamond in the rough.
And it's also who you are. Like I promise you, Beyonce can walk around in Payless shoes, and just because of who she is or how she carries herself, it looks like $1 million.
So to answer your question, I don't want to say it's gonna lead to a lot of lonelier women. What I'm going to say is. You just have to look for the right men. There's some confident men who don't give a fuck. Like I know men who will holler at anybody, don't give a fuck about rejection or anything. And I know some men who like it don't matter your status and everything. If they like you, like especially the Caribbean dudes, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell a Caribbean dude. You could be fucking a billionaire and they're gonna tell you how they can you could be beneficial, like how they can be beneficial to you. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna sell you on that shit.
You believe.
So it's all about who you open your heart to, and it's all about, like I said, you don't want to walk back in Payless, but if you looking for a gown for the prom, not for the prom, for some gala and shit, and you happen to walk in the Payless and you found some shoes that you done walked in Nordstrom and all these other places and didn't see shit, but you finally saw some shit and you ashamed to wear them because you afraid that someone at the party might notice that they ain't red bottoms or they ain't, Margielas or some shit. But most of the people, because you so lit, they gonna look at your shoes and be like, oh, well, whatever those are, those is,
those are nice. I want that.
You can make a nigga. You can create a nigga.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's the same way God be out here. Like, look at what Camron did to Juju.
That's what I'm saying.
So you could create, he created everything.
That's what I'm saying. So take the mentality of a turned up nigga. I'm not saying nigga, but a turned up man. The dudes who's been powerful as black people, you gotta take their mentality because y'all are at the same level as them. So same way they reaching down and grabbing someone to be there, you gotta reach down.
You can reach down.
I'm not saying grab anybody, grab someone who's compatible, but just don't keep it, as far as like task. I'm not saying take care of a nigga. I'm not saying be his mom. Yeah. Find he gotta have an ambition. You're gonna see that though.
You're gonna see that.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody, a lazy dude, it don't matter if the girl's only making 30,000. If she meeting the dude making 50,000 and he's lazy, it's gonna be a turn off to her. You know what I'm saying? So of course you don't want a lazy dude. You don't want nobody you gotta take care of. You want someone with ambition, someone who's gonna be who's gonna help the team prosper. Yeah. Because it's all about teamwork.
It's all about teamwork.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need a dude who's gonna be out working all day. Maybe you have a job where you traveling and shit. You wanna come home to a home cooked meal. There's men who we'll hold down the household.
Exactly. We'll be the ones to take care of the kids and things like that.
That's what I'm saying.
I've seen a friend of mine. Yeah, her husband. He he does work and everything. Like he definitely holds his part. But he does really take active care of the child, and
it makes the team work.
It makes the team work.
That's the 2021 male.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's a rarity.
Yeah.
But speaking of men and women, like, do you think a girl? What do you think defines like a good girl or defines like a bad girl? And do you think a bad girl could go good?
Great questions. What defines a good girl?
These guys be quick. Oh, that's a good girl.
Yeah.
Team or whatever you guys say.
A good girl is someone who she just has morals, you know what I'm saying? She has integrity and she doesn't do anything where someone's going to have that dirt on her. Like, oh, well, that's what you're talking about? Well, back, she used to do this, she used to do that, and the third. I say,
but does your past define you?
Your past doesn't define you. This is what I wanted to say. what makes a good girl is someone who sticks to her morals and integrity. So I'm not saying it has to do with bodies, how many bodies you got, anything like that. It just, the way you treated the first dude, that's your resume. The next dude is going to be the same way. We all getting the same treatment because that's who you are. You just genuine with who you are. You just not giving me the fake you. Mm-hmm. There's some people who create this false, they give you a representation of who they are. And it's like, oh, damn. And then you find out, it's like, damn, you just lied to me this whole time. Okay. A good girl is someone who's going to give you who she is, from jump. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if she a hoe or not. You know what I'm saying? If she's giving that to you, that's a good girl. If she's cooking, cleaning, and that's what she's been doing from the jump, that's a good girl. So it's just about sticking to your morals and integrity, whatever that is.
Whatever. So do you think there is a chance for, redemption? Can a bad girl go good? Or once you've kind of, crossed over to the dark side, or, maybe once you've already been labeled
I've seen bad girls go good. I know a girl from around the way, I ain't going to say her name. But back in the day, she was bad. The whole hood, you know what I'm saying? And, she was out there.
She was out, yeah. She was outside.
And you got some kids to show for it, you know what I'm saying? From different generations of niggas. Mm-hmm. But different generations from my hood, like from the old school to the generation before my generation. Everybody that represents us got to kill with her and shit. But she's married right now. She done moved. She's happily married. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just about finding that person. Sometimes if you a bad girl, quote unquote, you probably just going through some shit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You just going through it and you dealing with it. If you want, and it depends, like if you even want to be married, if you even want to be good.
What do you want those things, yeah.
Some people, that's just who they are, and they're going to die like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like Cardi B, even though she's married, she's still a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just, and that's perfect for Offset. He a hood nigga. Yeah. So they
together, yeah. And he knows that she's had a past or etc.
But that's nothing. That's what he needs. He's looking for. He's in the strip club all day, every day. When he go home, he want to go home the way he's seen at the strip club. So that works perfectly for him. Nigga like me, I go to the strip club just to remind me of everything I don't want at the spot.
Okay, you know so don't get me started on that, because what is it about, guys? Is it just a fantasy? Is it, just like something that is fun on the outside? Because you wonder why, guys, the woman that they make their girlfriends or make their wives or make their significant others, it's not it's not a replica of who they go out chasing in the streets. Yeah. Why is there such a discrepancy in that?
Well, it's like the same reason why. Like, you can have a nigga that, like me, for example, I'm a fund accountant. I work for a bank. I've been working for a bank for 12 years doing accounting and all that other shit. You get in my car, you going to hear ESTG, Tupac. You're going to hear a lot of hardcore shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's not me. I ain't out here shooting shit up, you know what I'm saying? But that's just something it's like entertainment, and I vibe to it. I fuck with it. With the strippers and shit, yeah, you might want your girl to have some stripper in her, but you don't want her to have that stripper mentality where she could just show pussy and ass to random strangers. You don't want her to have that in her. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Because that's a hustle, you know what I'm saying? If you a hustle, it's like with me, a girl might not want to be with a drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? So it's like me, I don't want
to. A drug dealer is nothing but an accountant as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I might not want you to have that hustler's mentality, but when we get to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might want your man to have gangster in him, but you don't want him to be a gangster. You don't want him out here risking his life and all that other stuff. But if it comes push to shove and y'all at a bar or some shit,
and something goes down, you want him to be able to tap into it.
Exactly. So when I go in the bedroom, I want
my wife to turn
into that stripper. But don't be that. To how she got that mentality, she can do that for any stranger. I don't want you. I don't want that.
Yeah, that's just for me. Okay.
But yeah, exactly. So I look at it like when men go to the strip club, it's just that fantasy. It's just like listening to.
But don't you think that's a little bit, deceiving or misleading? Because you guys because I'd say you have guys who come after you or whatever, and then you turn around, you're like, whoa, I look nothing like your wife. I look nothing like her. But why, why are you talking to me? What about me or whatever?
Because
you want to step away from, you want to break from your reality.
I want to build a home. Like, when you want to build a home, you know what team you want to build a home with. You look for the player that's going to be perfect for your home.
For your team.
Look for that person who's going to be perfect for the mother of your children and stuff. You don't find that. I'm not saying you can't find it in a strip club. I'm just saying most
strippers
people
get married.
don't want to find it in the strip club. They go to the strip club for sport. They go to the strip club to look at nice titties and ass bouncing, doing shit that the average person get.
And you don't want to pay for all that.
It's talent.
Yeah,
it's talent. It's talent. Like
I love
a
strip
man.
club. I love you.
Exactly. Strip club ain't nothing wrong. I've seen some talented things being done by talented people. So what I'm saying is, you don't want to. It's just like a man when he cheats 9 times out of 10. I'm not dissing niggas, but the person you cheating with aren't always gonna look like your wife.
But you don't think that also puts a little bit of insecurity in the woman?
No, because this person that you're cheating with is just for sport. Like you just doing it because 9 times out of 10 your heart ain't attached to that person. You're trying to get your rocks off. That's why I said men gotta come out the closet. If you polyamorous, if you have desires for other women, tell your girl that.
Tell your partner. Yeah, I was gonna. So we could talk about that. Like, is monogamy real? Like, is that a realistic?
Yes.
Is that a realistic expectation?
Yes. Everybody's different.
Okay.
Just like you have gay people, you're gonna have monogamous. You're gonna have polyamorous. You know what I'm saying? What makes you think that 2 men can fuck each other, but a man can't desire multiple women? You know what I'm saying?
But what is there a time or an age or a place where you can just stick to one woman?
Here's the deal. Yes, there's people who do that. There's people who they so in love with their woman that
But it seems like a rarity now.
It seems like a rarity because just like I feel like, in my opinion, we see way more and more homosexuals. I feel like we're seeing way more and more people who are just this is just what it is. Like,
but people, I think my issue with it is that I don't think people are open. I don't think people are having discussions. I think people are blindsided a lot of the time. I think, people are in relationships.
You know why?
Why?
And I don't mean to put you on. And I'm not trying to, I know I've been saying, but I'm just going to compare it to the homosexuals again. They've been living in the closet for so long because they're afraid of how people's going to think about them if they come out and say, hey, look, I like the same sex. You know what I'm saying? So men and women are afraid to come out and say, yo, look, I like multiple people, because when you have that conversation, 9 times out of 10, your girl gonna judge you, everybody gonna judge you, their parents gonna judge you.
Are they really judging? No, are they really judging you? Because there's plenty of women who stay in relationships with guys who cheat on a multitude of occasions. Even once they find out once.
I'm just saying that's the fear. Even some dudes who are in women who come out as gay, they afraid of what their parents gonna think, but their parents be like, yo, I love you. I've been knew you was gay since you was born. Like, I'm just waiting for you to come out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They like some men, even if they afraid of the negative that they're gonna get, even if they say it and their wife be like, I know this.
I knew this about you.
Let's work from there, but they just afraid of that. That's why so many people in the closet for so long. Men, come out the closet. Let you know, like, yo, because it could be so much easier for you. Life could be.
You think it'd be easier?
I think
because you think also too. Do you think women can handle that level of honesty? If a guy approaches me and says
even men can't even handle that level of honesty.
Because what if you were with a girl and she says like, yo, I like you, but maybe you're not giving me everything I need emotionally, and I need to go to Joseph. Mm-hmm. So Joseph can give me all my emotionally, but you give me, A, B, and C.
It hurts to hear.
You think you could be accepting of it?
It hurts to hear that, but the only reason why, see, like I said, I'm going back to the beginning. We got to get out of this old school way of thinking. So we grew up thinking, okay, find someone you love, get married and everything. So in our whole lifetime, you grow up thinking, okay, I need one person, I need one person. So anything outside of that is taboo. Mm-hmm. Anything outside of one person is the devil, is sin, and all of that. They got so many words for anything besides one person because of how tradition is. You think, fall back this white man's history is just one woman, or just, marriage and just, so yeah, we don't, it's gotten so now we're in 2021 and it's a free world. Like, people are thinking differently. People are speaking out against.
People are way more open toward things that they never.
Exactly.
So you're saying like communication.
I'm saying it's communication. I'm saying we, especially women, just open your mind to having a conversation to your man. I think it'll be easier for women to start that conversation than it is for men. When we start the conversation, we can't even start a conversation.
You can't even start it. Yeah, you can't.
And even if we started, when you meet someone new and we are afraid to start the conversation about sex, the first thing that y'all gonna say is, "Oh, that's all you're gonna think about. That's all you want from me." It's like, no, but it's important.
Yeah, just
I need to know what type.
Also need to know what gauge you're how I can gauge you a little bit.
So I'm. This is a message to all women. In my opinion, I feel like y'all need to initiate these conversations about the men you dealing with. Ask them, yo, how you feel about, dealing with multiple women at the same time?
Or the better question.
Comfortable doing it though. Don't do it in the investigative way. Do it in the comfortability way. Make it seem like you cool with that. If you ain't cool with it, you ain't cool with it. But I think y'all should be more open to it.
Okay. But do you think that the communication should be, maybe it's something that she's doing that I'm not doing, that I can't adjust. So you don't have to go outside. Like maybe, sometimes it is a bedroom thing. Oh, maybe she's done a little tricks and she's spinning or something. Or maybe she's more emotionally available than I am. It's not that. You
can have the perfect woman in the world. Beyonce was cheating on.
I know Beyonce. But
let's talk about all the lit women who was cheated on.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry was cheated on by Jennifer Lopez.
No, I'm not even going to hold you.
Jennifer Lopez.
Since I was a child, I knew all men cheated only because I was like, hold on. Halle Berry is considered the most beautiful woman in the world. And she got cheated on. I remember this when I was this is like a child, maybe 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. And I remember like, oh, Halle Berry, this is the most beautiful woman in the world. And when she got cheated on, I was like, oh, then there's no hope.
Listen, Jennifer Lopez is 65 years old and she look like she's 28 and she's bad as fuck. And niggas from the hood will be like, yo, if I had her, I would never tell you. Then you'll get her and be like, damn, the pussy's just like my exes, you know what I'm saying? And she's bad. I love her, but damn, you see that chick that just walked by? It's always going to be someone that's going to draw your eye, and as men, as hunters.
But you don't think that just because it shines, it doesn't mean it's a diamond?
That's what I'm saying. Your diamond's at home.
Yeah.
So you ain't looking for it.
So there's never an age or a day and age where a guy's just able to control himself.
Yes.
So is it an age?
I'm not saying every man. I'm not saying. What I'm not saying is that every man is like that. I'm not saying every man desires multiple women. I'm saying there's a lot of men. The men who's cheating especially. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter how you look. That man's going to cheat. It's in him.
Okay.
Even with women.
What's the percentage, man?
I don't know.
Oh, also, do you think women cheat? We're just so much better at it.
I think women cheat. I think.
Not that
I don't want to say y'all so much better at it. I just think men are so much more. We so dumb. Yeah. We think of our women. We keep her up in high praise. We like, yo, this is my woman. She would never do anything to me like that because the love y'all show us. So it's like, oh, I ain't gotta look through her phone. She know better. You know what I'm saying? It's like that type of attitude. The reason why y'all can get away with shit because we ain't looking. You know what I'm saying? It's like a father to his child. Like your kid could be sitting right next to you on the craziest websites, but you ain't looking down because you trust your kid.
Like they're doing.
Yeah. So it's that thing. Yeah, y'all get away with it more, but it's not because y'all are better with it. It's because we just too nonchalant.
Mm-hmm. Do you think single women help or keep other women single?
Like I said, that's in you. Because it got to be in you. Nobody else can make you do something you don't want.
Well, also, no, not necessarily they can't, but people's behaviors, things people say, people's mannerisms, and also too, if it's generational, it gets passed down to you. So you don't think that that places or helps keep you. I
don't think so because there's women who are happily married.
Whoa! Let's not talk about happily married because it's only first of all in our community it's maybe 25% of our community is married, and then let alone you want to talk about happily married is even a smaller percentage. Don't be fooled by social media and everything and their glorification of everything. So, so then maybe the better question is, okay, why are there so many single women?
I would say it's. I think right now it's not just a lot of single women. There's a lot of single men.
But men have different options than women because you guys know that once we turn 30, you know, we're quote unquote getting, you know, we're out of the market. You're not checking for us anymore. So
well, it depends who you checking for because there's 50-year-olds.
Oh, okay. Well, so I gotta be 30 and he gotta be 50.
You ain't gotta be. I'm just saying, if you looking for a dude who 50-year-old men tend to be the dudes that they done already fucked everybody they wanted to fuck. They done lived everything they wanted to live. Now they just want to settle down and find that right person. But they ain't looking for another 50-year-old. They're looking for someone in their 30s. So I know.
So I gotta wait. So you're basically saying.
I'm not saying that.
So we're gonna get somebody 15 years older.
I'm just saying women in their 30s that I see them having great, healthy relationships tend to be with older people. I'm not saying 50. They could be in their 40s, late 30s, mid 40s. But it tend to be the older men that are more of your speed. Because women, even since we're kids, women mature faster than boys. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So you could be dealing with a 30-year-old.
Which is just an excuse. I don't understand why men don't mature. We just give them that like.
Because men want to, they like they say, girls just want to have fun. Men want to have fun. And once they start having to take pills and shit like that, that's when they want to settle down and shit. They be like, yo, listen, I got.
So basically, men don't settle down to about 40.
They start settling down when they start needing performance enhancement drugs. Once you need performance enhancement drugs, then you like, okay, I can't just perform for random bitches no more. I need someone. I need this one person who understands my issues, and she gonna love me for me. I can't impress chicks with dick no more, so I need someone who love me for me. So once the dick stops impressing people, and once the dick stops,
ladies. So we have to. But why is the timing so off for men versus women? Like, why do you guys give us till 30? Possibly 35, not really. Because but men have this leeway. You're talking about men who are 40, 50 and up.
Here's the deal: they can still have babies.
But
that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying I feel like women and men, like just the timelines is different. Like for a woman,
so what happens
like, I gotta have this, that, and the third at a certain age, and as a man, I understand it. But even if you're dealing with someone your age and he's not willing to settle down and give you that right now, there's someone who is. And he's still healthy enough to give you everything you're looking for. You just gotta, I'm not saying all women just go look for a 50-year-old. I'm just saying when I'm 50.
You're going to be looking for a 30-something-year-old.
Nah, hopefully
40.
I'm chilling.
Well, you hope to be married by then, right?
Yes, that's
you
what
hope
I'm
to be
saying.
happily.
I'm like, hopefully.
You hope to be happily married.
My biggest fear is to be a 55-year-old sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna ever have to be in a position where I gotta pay a young girl to like me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to look for someone now that's gonna like me for who I am now, so that way we can grow together. Because once I need performance enhancement drugs and shit.
Yeah, you already know what time it is.
I'm gonna be paying for people to just.
So you just brought up a good discussion. So you feel like, okay, when you're like 50 something, like, okay, that's when you pay. Do you pay now?
For sex?
It's not. Okay, well, we do not promote prostitution.
No,
but do you like kind of pay to play kind of thing, or how do you feel about giving a woman money?
Giving a woman money? I wouldn't give a woman money, but if we going out. Yeah, I'll front the bill and all that stuff. Yeah, that's basically paying though.
Right, but
because 9 times out of 10 you want to go home with that woman, but okay, it's a possibility because you don't owe me shit. You don't owe me no pussy. I don't give a fuck what I do for you.
Well, but then you kind of said like, is it weird? Isn't it a weird pay to play, or is it something?
No, it's not weird. You know why it's not weird to pay to play? I don't judge anybody who's paying a woman because here's the deal.
You're just not tricking.
No.
Have you tricked?
I've tricked before.
Okay.
I've been in a strip club. I've tricked. You know what I'm saying? But here's what I'm saying. This is why I don't judge people who pay to play, like pay just strictly for the pussy. Because in this game we play, where you going out to the clubs or you on these websites, these dating apps and all that other stuff.
My roommate just told me to download Tinder.
Where you want to just find someone to fuck. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, you might find someone. They might come over and fucking all that, but it's like you got to deal with the conversation. You got to deal with acting like you care, all that other shit. Like you seen the meme of Tyrese crying, and the caption was, her grandmother died, and this is me trying to get the drawers and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to do all that fuck shit just to get some. When the money you might end up spending that way, you can just put up front and get what you need, and she can leave without no issues, without no text messaging talking about, oh, see, I knew you just wanted one thing and all that. You ain't got to deal with none of that shit. So I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's men who just want to get off, and they don't want none of the lingering shit that happens after. They don't want the text messages that, yo, I ain't heard from you in 2 days. Let me find out you got what you wanted.
Yeah, but
you know, all of that, it's like, that's headache.
So
like,
sometimes
you wanted the same thing.
So it is sometimes easier just to like throw the money at it and be done.
That's what I'm saying.
But then also, what about even like kind of tricking in or tricking in courting, or tricking and courting? Like,
here's my thing with that.
Okay.
So you talking about just like how, you know, people just like they dating somebody, they're not with them, they're just dating somebody and they're just giving them money to go shopping in the mall. That's what you're talking about?
Per se, okay. Yeah.
People like that, I feel like there's a lot of people who, men, so to say, where they don't have any game. They don't have a mouthpiece. They don't know how to talk to women and everything. They let their money talk. You know what I'm saying? So there's men who...
I make too much money, I ain't got time to be talking.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's men who make the money, but they mouthpiece will get them whatever they want without having to spend $1. You know what I'm saying? Some chicks just want to be in a guy's presence because of his aura, just who he is. That like a girl would sleep with a famous rapper, a famous singer, and leave without getting a single cent. They just happy to be in his presence. Oh my gosh, you put your dick inside of me? You're you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's men who know they can do that, but then there's also men who don't know how to hold a conversation. They don't know how to make you laugh and all of that. So to substitute for that, here, take this $500. You're going to tell your friends how great I am, just as if I made you laugh and have fun. You still going to tell your friends how great I am. I just don't have that part of me. So here, take this. There's some people who go above and beyond to get a fancy car and stuff like that. Let the car talk for them. Pull up on somebody and just say, hey, let me get your number, because they don't have any type of personality or anything or whatever. But there's people who do got the fancy cars and stuff. You hop in the car and the way he talked to you and all of that, they showed you a good time. You done went home, you ain't leave with no money from his pocket, but you just can't stop thinking about him because of who he is. That the money and shit ain't do nothing.
Some men do have that aura. Yeah. So you're okay with tricking?
Well, if I had the money, I'm not in a position.
So you think it's okay? So it's
I'm not giving the chick $200 to have sex with me right now. I'm not that turned up with, because $200 to me, the way I look at it, like for a transaction, I'd be like, nah, like I can still get free. I can get that for free. Like that's like, you know. That's like having a weed house and still going outside and paying for weed. Like,
like, why would I do that?
Do that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this, I can still get. I'm still healthy enough and cool enough. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying
it's okay for other men and everything.
I'm not against tricking. Yo, it ain't tricking if you got it.
It's not tricking if you got it. Do you feel like men can be? What's that switch that turns off in men sometimes from the woman they're with? Like, you know how like sometimes like you could be with a girl and everything kind of goes all smooth and everything, and then there's like a switch that happens. Is it something she did, or are you just no longer interested?
So you're saying there's a switch that when men act differently?
Yes. I even say they go cold. I use the word cold. Okay,
so it's two types of cold. There's the cold when you dating somebody and it's not going anywhere and they turn cold, or it's the cold where you dated somebody, y'all did go somewhere, but he got too comfortable. Now he's giving you the real him. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say this, for the first one, they go cold because they just see, like, y'all just in the talking phase and stuff like that. Depending on the conversation, you probably said something or did something where he was like, okay, I know for a fact that we can never be what I want us to be, but I'm too pussy to let her know that. Yeah, men, like a girl will let you know, like, hey, you know what?
I don't like you, this and that.
Yeah. They'll give
you
closure.
He was trash, your personality was trash.
They'll give you closure, so you know why, you know what I'm saying, she ain't calling me no more. But men
don't give you that closure.
Yeah, so a man would be nice enough to still text you back and shit like that, but they won't let you know, like, yo, I'm really not looking at you like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. You know? So that's why a man will go cold, hoping you would just move on, taking the hints.
Yeah, you hope you just catch on to the hints.
But then we got the other niggas who they just comfortable. They gave you the representation to get you, and now that they got you, they comfortable, and now they being themselves. You know what I'm saying? They stop cleaning up. they stopped shaving and all that stuff they did to get you. They already got you. Now it's like your heart's with me, so it's gonna be hard.
Yeah. I wish you would leave.
Yeah, just get used to the real me. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
So you say men put on a facade too?
Women do too. We all do.
We all do.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, we all put a. When you meet somebody, you giving them a representation of yourself. When you going for a job interview, you giving them a representation of yourself.
I know. You should have saw me like 2 hours ago. I looked scary.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But like, you know, do you think that people would not be accepting of you if you kind of just showcase like who you kind of really are?
Well, yeah, people will be accepting of you, but what happens is, you know, we all have that person that we think someone
people
else
wants to see, yeah.
Because we living in the different type of, we living by the old school tradition stuff. She wants someone respectful. She wants someone doing this, that, and that. So you're gonna be respectful. You're gonna be chivalrous. You're gonna be all that we think women want.
Well, yeah, because if you didn't do those things, that would think you're a total jackass.
Exactly. But you know, it's cool to be yourself if you like for example, like Cardi B and Offset. I'm sure he was himself when he met her. He wasn't trying to be chivalrous. Probably met her in the strip club.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not confirming or not.
But for the men who do meet,
Offset even tells the story. On his first day, he took Cardi B all the way out. They went to, was it the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals? He went all above and beyond trying.
Yo, wait, yeah, but I don't want to make
no, but you have to let so do you do so then what can we say, like, what's the most romantic thing you've ever done, or have you gone above and beyond, you know, per se trying to impress a woman, you know, trying to court her?
Hell yeah, and it was the wrong person. That shit was for the streets. I ain't saying she for the street. She's for the streets, and she a hood chick. You know
so why'd you do it for her?
Because we have our reasons.
See, don't be so cute.
Listen, we have our reasons. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to pull an Oprah, you know what I'm saying? Pull you from out there, you know what I mean? And build you up, you know what I'm saying?
You thought you was Captain Save a Hoe?
Yeah, I don't want to say Save a Hoe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, basically. But what I'm saying is, okay.
Ooh, so you can't.
So what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. So the year before, I was actually with somebody. And I did the, you know, Valentine's Day thing. We did some ill shit. We went to a hotel room. It was sexy. Did the casino. Everything was dope and all of that.
Kind of walk us through, like, what, you decorated the room?
No. I'm not saying that was romantic. I'm just saying that was, it was just something that we did because, you know, that's just.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just saying the person that I went above and beyond for, the reason why I say I went above and beyond because I know her personality. I know how she is. She a hood bitch. Mm-hmm. She, you know what I'm saying, from the hood. She listened to the shit I listened to. That's why it was like I was with my nigga, but we could do things that me and my niggas couldn't do.
So, did you like that?
I like the fact that she was, yeah.
You like the fact that it was
I could talk to her like I was talking to my niggas.
And can you marry that though?
Her, I can't marry.
No, not like that. But could you marry women like who did like share those same? Could be like your nigga.
Dirty freak? Hell yeah. Is she nasty? Yeah, I could get married to you, but you gotta be other things too. It's other check boxes.
Other boxes before. Oh,
yeah, that's just scratching the surface. Mm-hmm. Like, of course, I want my wife to be my best friend, but I'm just saying this other person. Yeah, you know, I want to be. I bought flowers. You know, I don't know if I did the rose petals or anything like that. I know I did the champagne and all that shit. I set up I set up the hotel room so that way when she got in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, but no, hell no, she didn't know how to. When she saw the flowers, she hit me in the chest. She's like, "You got me flowers, man!" I was just like, "Yo, you gonna fuck those up? Put them in some water."
Oh my God!
I just knew she didn't know how to handle. Like,
well, because men don't do that. Men don't do that.
No,
it's never happened for me.
She was just too much.
It's never happened.
No, she's just too much of a real nigga, and that's
yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? That's how she, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, that's hilarious.
It was just some real shit, but I knew like that she was happy. But that's just how she expressed it. It's just the wrong person I was trying to do it for. You know what I'm saying? Because we was messing, we was doing whatever we was doing it for a long time. Mm-hmm. So you know when you it don't matter how you start off, but if y'all doing that for a long time, it obviously builds into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we was doing. We done been through some shit together. So, but it's just you know. So basically, the whole romantic thing is set up the hotel room, made it so that way, you know, she wherever she bumps into is either some flowers there, some candy over there, whatever she do, it's a nice little thing she gonna pick up. But it was just.
Have you done it since then?
I've No, because I haven't been in something deep like that. I have, matter of fact, I'm lying. Let's stop talking about that. I don't want to leave people out, you know what I'm saying? Because, yes, I have done that, like, recently. I was in a pandemic relationship.
Oh, my God, it's pandemic relationships.
Yeah, and that was...
pandemic baby.
Yeah, well, thank God I ain't had But yeah, and we did some romantic
So you would you consider yourself a romantic kind of guy a little?
Yeah, like she told me what she liked, you know what I'm saying? I remember when we first met, she told me the type of flowers she liked and stuff like that. So yeah, I listened. Well, I went back in the text messages. So when we was gonna do I forget, I think it was it might have been Valentine's Day. I went back in our text messages all the way to our first threads to see when you first get to know each other, what's your favorite color? So I got her favorite color, her favorite flowers, all of that. So I remember when I got to her crib, she ran in the house and I opened her car door and put the flowers right there, whatever, closed it up, went back to my car, act like I'm getting my luggages and shit. She goes to go back to her car and open it, and she sees, you know what I'm saying, and she's like, she goes, oh my, you know what I'm saying, like that. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I know I did that.
Yeah,
I know you like that.
Yeah, so I like to be, I'm old school. I'm that line between love and hate type. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be.
Make me go crazy.
Yeah, I'm an old school loving type. I'm the type nigga that, let's put on some 90s slow jams. You know what I'm saying? Like, while we having sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's, we can do the trap music shit too, but I like Jodeci, Carols. I know he's canceled and shit. All of that old school shit. Like, I'm that person. You know what I'm saying? I could be that 80s. I could be that person on Boomerang. I could live in the 90s love rom-com or whatever.
I know, they made it seem so cute.
I can live in that, yeah.
Okay.
But it's just, I gotta adapt to how 2021 is. No girl want a 90s rom-com in 2021. They want trap music, hard dick, and ecstasy. Literally.
Oh my God, you sound like one of my homeboys.
That's how they want.
No, my homeboy said, these girls don't even drink water no more. All they know is Casamigos and Don Julio. No.
They don't drink water. They don't do shit. They drink hard liquor straight. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
That's what I'm saying. It's different. So it's like, yo, I can't turn on some old school R&B and shit. They're gonna think I'm soft. They're like, yo, you pussy. Nigga, put on some fucking Lil Baby and some shit.
Right, I'm trying to get a Lil Baby album.
Damn, I guess he got some shit we can fuck too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's not my twist. But I'll adapt to it. Like,
so then why not date an older woman?
Y'all gotta have energy. Not y'all. I'm just saying older women.
Because you know I'm younger than you.
Yeah. I'm just saying older women.
Much younger.
Older women. Older women gotta have more energy. If older women have more energy, then because it's
well, what do you mean by energy? We say that energy turns into
just
Have you ever dated an older woman?
I haven't dated one. I've dealt with a couple older women. They just it's different. They cool and shit. It's just different. You know what I'm saying?
Did you feel like they were your mom?
No, it wasn't like they my mom. It's like, so women my age and younger. Ain't no hair down there, no nothing. It's just a whole different way of life, When you get with an older woman, you get reminded of how the 90s was in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, damn, you still bushing down there. You know what I'm saying? But everything else is cool, but it's just like, they just a little bit more, it's like the conversations is different. They don't listen to the shit you listen to. They don't,
talk about the same thing you're talking about.
It's different, so it can only be physical, you know what I'm saying? But,
so I would like to thank you for coming in and talking with me and giving me, your insight on, love, relationships, men, women, the whole shebang. I hope you come back for more because, I always have more questions. Definitely. I never run out of those. And what can we cheers to? Give me something we can cheers to.
Let's cheers to,
more healthy households.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're gonna cheers to love, to actual real love.
Real love. Let's get back to love.
Yeah, let's get back to love. Okay.
Yeah. So cheers to getting back to love.
Let's cheers to getting back to love.
Real love. I like it. I love it. Mm-hmm.
And again, thank you for tuning in to That Average Joe podcast. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.